everybody, we are glad to be back with you, and we've got some things to share this time about marriage and what it means to have a fully connected marriage. And we're actually following on our phones. It's on the Bible app. It's one of the Bible reading plans that you can download and put on your phone, and you can read it each day. And so we're kind of loosely following that structure. So we are going to be talking about having a fully connected marriage.
Right.
And so we're starting off today, and go.
The 3 characteristics is what we're going to be talking about of a fully connected marriage. And the first one is to surrender to God. And I know this sounds like a bit of a broken record, but truly if we want to follow Christ, then we do need to surrender to Him. And if we want our marriage to be successful, the first thing we need to do is surrender our lives to God.
Yeah, we kind of have to put God first. If we want to have a real godly marriage and a biblical marriage, then we have to put God first. We can't put each other first. We have to put God first. And so we have to surrender to His ways. We have to surrender to what God says is love, what God's idea of marriage would be, so that, that it can be obviously God-centered.
Right. And then the second one would be to submit to each other.
Submit to each other. I mean, this is kind of a sticky topic because at times in the past, in churches, they've said, okay, only one person is to submit to the other. Whereas clearly in Ephesians, it says that Ephesians chapter 5, verse 21, that we should submit to one another out of reverence for Christ. And so honestly, that means at times, I submit to you.
Right, and I submit to you. And it's not because one is better than the other, it's because we are submitting because of Christ and our love for Him, which kind of overflows to our love to one another.
And just because I'm submitting to my wife doesn't mean I'm not the head of my home. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm out of order. It just means there are times that I'm going to do what Becky wants. Mm-hmm. And there are times that she's going to do what I want.
Just a few times.
It all works. It works out. It's all good.
And the third thing is that we need to be willing to intentionally invest in our relationship. Marriages don't happen just because. And they don't happen because we think, if I have a good intention, then it's going to be automatic. You have to actually intentionally work hard at your marriage. And that's what we have to do. Yeah,
like your relationship's not going to grow just by being in the same room with one another.
No.
I mean, I like that, but it's not like your relationship doesn't grow. It's kind of like your relationship with God doesn't actually grow just because you step foot inside of a church or you attend a church service. No, you have to intentionally try and connect with God and build a relationship with Him. Well, it's the same thing in your marriage. It's like, it's not going to happen by accident. It's not going to happen like, more time we actually spend in the same room, then we'll get closer. It's not really how it works.
Right. So you need to submit to God, you need to submit to one another, and you need to be intentional. So this week we want to encourage you to be intentional with your spouse and find ways that you can submit to each other and also include Christ in your relationship.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Next time.